content on this channel is not made for kids and intended for adult action figure collectors.
Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shits, subscribe.
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends Top 10 video on my Top 10 comic-based Marvel Legends figures of 2019. Trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so in Megalopolis, City of Collectibles, where you can pick up your Marvel Legends and all kinds of other action figures. They have their daily deals and an awesome rewards points programs. Check them out, link in the description below. So this year I'm doing something a little different. I'm separating the MCU figures from the comic-based figures. So today we're just talking about comic-based figures over here, and as you can see, we have 10 Marvel Legends that did come out in 2019 that are not on my top 10 list. You can see right over here, these are our runners up, and some of you may be very disappointed that these did not make my top 10, but these are all very good figures and figures that I really liked a lot this year. And two other things I want to mention. First off, I don't have the Demo Goblin Build-A-Figure wave yet. It will arrive early next week, so expect reviews of those soon. So none of those figures will be included in the 2019 top 10 Marvel Legends. Silver Sable right here, a character that I've been wanting for my Marvel Legends right now. Same thing goes with Night Thrasher. It was really hard to not put Night Thrasher on the top 10 list. I'm stoked that we got this new Hercules right here. That figure is amazing. I love the new Mystique figure. Captain America, an amazing figure. I just wish the color blue was a little bit lighter. Doctor Doom was super close to making my top 10. Silver Samurai, another amazing figure. I absolutely love that Silver Samurai figure. I'm not a big fan of this pose. Love the new Gambit figure as well. Really good figure. And then we get Storm, which I would have actually had doubles of if I didn't know, or if I didn't already have a feeling at the time that Hasbro was going to re-release this figure. I did giveaways for 2 other copies of that Storm figure. Let's go ahead and move on to number 11. Number 11. Yep, I said number 11. I wanted to do more than an honorable mention for Nightcrawler. This figure did not make my top 10 list, surely just because I don't like the fact that it doesn't have a bendy tail. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, come on, man, that's ridiculous. Let it go. And that's why I'm trying to, like, you know, kind of make up for that subjectivity in my analysis of these figures by including this in the top 11 at least. I still think it's a great figure. I love this figure. I have 2 copies. I actually have a third one that I'm giving away on the Patreon. It's the last $2 tier giveaway I'm doing, so if you're interested in that, check the link in the description below. But this figure is awesome. I still love it. I love the accessories, all the interchangeable heads, and we get the swashbuckling sword that we've never gotten for Nightcrawler before in Marvel Legends, so I'm still really happy with this piece. However, it still really irks me a lot that the bendy tail isn't there, and I do miss the toe articulation, so I do have my gripes, and there's a little too much to keep it on the top 10. And at the number 10 spot, we have the 90s X Factor Havok. I have been wanting Havok with this 90s attire for so long, and we finally have it right over here. I love this figure. He would have made it higher up on the list just due to him kind of missing those wrist pieces right there. I had to take that from the Madripoor Wolverine figure and add it, and it just makes the figure look a whole lot better to me. And plus, I like him with the blue effects parts right over here, as opposed to the yellow ones he came with. I mean, those are super minor gripes. I really like the figure a lot. It did make my top 11, but yeah, unfortunately, just a couple little things here and there that I wish were different with the figure. And at the number 9 spot, I'm giving it to the 90s Jubilation Lee. Yes, I've been wanting the 90s Jubilee figure in my collection for a very, very long time, more so than the 90s Havok. So that's essentially why Jubilee beats Havok on this list. And I think Hasbro executed this figure very well. Great looking piece. I'm not the biggest fan of the effects parts that she came with, and I do wish that she came with the goggles or a proper head sculpt with the goggles sitting on top of her head without the bubble gum. You know, that would have been nice, but still, I really like this figure a lot. It's a staple piece in my X-Men display. Had to get it. Love the figure. And And at number 8, I'm giving it to the Colossus figure from the Colossus Juggernaut 2-pack. It was very difficult for me to put this figure so low on the list. I love this figure so damn much. The only reason why it's so low on the list is just because there's so many other great figures that came out this year. I mean, really, we are living in a golden age of Marvel Legends, and yeah, this Colossus figure, just absolutely stellar. I mean, I guess like the yellow paint was a little fuzzy on the front of it. That's like really my biggest gripe with the figure. I guess tiny bits of paint chipping off on the left thigh, but really, yeah, this figure is absolutely stellar. And at number 7, I'm giving it to the Marvel Legends 80 Years Thor, which is such an awesome figure. Again, this list was so hard to make because there are just so many incredible figures that came out this year. This Thor figure is the perfect comic book classic Thor. I am just so happy with it. I wish I had 2 of them. Just the biggest downfall is I think the discs came out sloppy on most pieces. I've seen second figures out there, or I've seen figures I've thought about picking up a second copy for, but I've passed on them just because those discs on the chest, you know, tend to get scuffed just in the factory or whatever. So I guess that's the biggest downside to this piece, is that it's hard to find one with the super crispy silver discs, and I got the super silver crispy discs on mine, so I'm very, very grateful for that. And at the number 6 spot, I am giving it to the 80 Years Iron Man. Oh my goodness, I mean, just looking at it, you can see that bright, beautiful gold and that shimmery red. It just looks spectacular. And the very first classic Iron Man that we'd gotten back in the Toy Biz days from Series 1 Marvel Legends was a figure I desperately wanted, and I remember hunting down vigorously to no success. I had picked it up later on, but man, this figure just executed so well. I love the height of it, I love the sculpt, the paint apps, and great accessories. Awesome piece. And at number 5, I am giving it to Professor X. Ooh, man, I've been wanting this figure for so long. I mean, all these figures on this list are pretty much figures I've been wanting for quite some time, but yeah, Professor X with the hover chair, it was something that we'd gotten teased, or we thought that we were going to get back in the Toy Biz days, and it was scrapped, you know, due to the whole licensing change and everything with Marvel Legends to Hasbro. I just didn't think it would ever happen under Hasbro at all. I just never thought this would be here, but here it is, despite me not being a big fan of that splooge effect for his head or that base, you know, for him to hover with. I don't care. This, what we're looking at right here, just makes me so freaking happy. Had to put him at the top 10. Yeah, solid number 5. And at the number 4 spot, I am giving it to the Marvel Legends Kingpin Build-A-Figure / Farouk. This is just an awesome idea I thought that Hasbro had with adding different parts. I mean, they've done this before, but I just think it just works out especially well with this right over here. Thanks to X-Man 87 again for the idea of using those Monster Venom hands. I had to get extra figures to get those extra hands. I really wanted both of these characters right here. I'm really happy with this brand new Kingpin. I've been wanting a new Kingpin for quite some time, but the fact that they made it so that you can get other accessories and give yourself a whole other figure with the same exact Kingpin figure that we already have, I just think that's so awesome. Plus, there's the added fun bit of people taking our Grey Hulk parts and adding them to this figure too, which I'm not going to do with my extra Grey Hulk figure because I think that Hasbro's going to make a Mr. Fix-It. I don't know, I'm just speculating. And at number 3, I'm giving it to the Incredible Hulk from the Hulk Wolverine 2-pack 80 Years set. And are you surprised this is at number 3 and not number 1? I kind of actually am, but at the same time not. I love this figure, don't get me wrong. I had to get 2 of them. I have 2 of the Grey Hulks. I have one of the STCC versions. I love this body mold for Hulk. I think this is the best Marvel Legends Hulk. However, the only reason why I didn't make it to the number 2 or number 1 spot is just because you cannot move those shoulder joints forward. I really wish you were able to do that. It just bums me out. Also, the diaphragm joint cracks, so whenever you turn it side to side, that thing wants to crack. So there's some flaws with this that just bumped it down. Try to be as objective as I can with this list. However, there's a ton of subjectivity going on at the same time, so it's a tricky balance. But anyway, love this figure. Definitely had to make the top 5 at the very least. And the number 2 figure of the year for Marvel Legends comic-based figures is going to the Marvel Legends Beast. I love this figure. I think this is an incredible Marvel Legend. Now, there's a lot of people out there that aren't happy with the head sculpt, and people have made customized heads and swapped heads. I don't have a problem with this head sculpt at all whatsoever. Now, I do wish that we'd maybe have gotten extra accessories, like another head sculpt with the glasses on, or maybe a more relaxed Henry McCoy, but really, I think this thing is just incredible. I mean, when your gripe is that it didn't come with enough stuff, I feel like the figure was just executed incredibly well. I love the articulation on it, the paint apps, the sculpt, and I do like the accessories that it does come with. Having those interchangeable hands is great, especially the flat hand so you can get them posed standing on one hand. I mean, dude, this thing is just freaking awesome. It has toe joints. Oh, I'm so happy with this figure. It would have made it to the #1 spot if not for this figure right here. If you did not expect this figure to make it to the #1 spot in my top 10 Marvel Legends of 2019, well, you're a big time dumbass, because yeah, dude, this figure right here is epic in my existence. Okay, so not for everybody. This is my top 10 list. I love this figure for obvious reasons. This made it to my #1 spot. To have an actual influence on the line that I collect the most of, that I'm a huge fan of, that I've been collecting for at least the last 20 years of my life. I mean, it's just incredible, and I just will never forget it. I mean, this figure holds a special place in my heart. Of course, it's the #1 figure for me of the year. I love this figure big time. So that's my top 10 comic-based Marvel Legends figures for 2019. And when I see all 10 figures like this, I just think they look badass. I'm really happy with Marvel Legends right now. Again, we are living in a golden age of Marvel Legends at the moment. This has just been too incredible. I'm curious to know what your guys' top 10 Marvel Legends, comic-based Marvel Legends of 2019 was. So please let me know in the comment section below. If I read your comment, I'm going to leave a heart. So expect a whole bunch of hearts in the comment section, probably later tonight because I'm off to another Christmas thing I gotta go to, so I'll probably read more comments after that. But anyway, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know. Hit the like button if you liked this video. Make sure you leave a comment down below, as I already mentioned, and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And a big thank you to all the people that support this YouTube channel. I just got dinged by YouTube earlier today on my mini review on the smokescreen figure, and it won't let me revert it back to not made for kids. So yeah, I have to have the disclaimers back in the videos, even though I didn't want to do that. I hate working for YouTube. I wish I could work for just you guys. So if you want to hit up the Patreon account, please go ahead and do so. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys later. Peace! Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.